Welcome to Greenforest National Park, a hidden gem nestled deep within the wilderness. Brace yourself for a breathtaking escape as you explore the diverse landscapes that define this natural wonder. From majestic mountains to the ancient serenity of old-growth forests, Greenforest National Park offers a tapestry of untamed beauty and rare wildlife. As stewards of the lands, we are committed to animal conservation. In addition to elk, bison, and brown bears, the park is home to the critically endangered alpine crested wolf. If you are lucky enough to see one of these magnificent creatures, remember to appreciate them from afar. Very, very afar. Embark on an unforgettable journey along the park's captivating backpacking trails. Go kayaking and end your day with a meal in the town of Elk Wing, where warm hospitality and delicious local cuisine await you. Unleash your spirit of adventure.
Park 7:05 a.m. to 9 p.m. National Park Service denies liability for injuries, fatal animal encounters, or unexplained disappearances. Do not provoke the wildlife.
Millennial pause. Hello, everyone, and welcome to our actual play of Bitemarks, a collaborative role-playing game following the adventures of a werewolf pack as they try to solve a mystery. My name is Al, my pronouns are they, them, and I will be serving as your MC for tonight's episode. First order of business, Lunar Pulse is a supernatural thriller. The tone is serious but tropey and rated R for horror movie style gore. If that's not for you, please navigate to the Neon Lights YouTube channel where you can enjoy a library of less lycanthropic actual plays. For this game, we have safety tools in place so that everyone feels as comfortable as possible with a horror-themed game like this. And there is a somewhat PvP element to the game because werewolves are intense. So if our players seem to be arguing with each other or even raising their voices, just know that they're in character and everyone's friends. They're using their acting, so don't worry about that. Just in case we do an aftercare at the end to make sure we wrap things up and everybody feels kosher. Let's go ahead and do some introductions now, starting with the legend, the one and only Kellen.
Hello, my name is Kellen. Also Fade, pronoun they, and I will be playing the Howl of our pack. Hollis, also she they. Yeah, I'm kind of the one who sees into the spiritual side.
Mm-hmm. And
takes a bite out of lots of dead things.
Mm-hmm.
But not crime.
But not crime. So far.
I mean, there's probably some crime for some of those things.
Probably, yeah, but...
All right, fabulous. Moving along to our next player, Foxy.
Hi, friends.
Who are you?
I'm
Who do you
Foxy,
play?
aka Big Foxy. Also known as your favorite Fox Philly's finest. I play Yassi, 1000 Pierce, the Pack's Great Pelt, and the only one who actually hates these people a lot. But unfortunately, they seem to keep making themselves semi-endearing to me, so we'll keep them around for now, I guess. Yeah, no, it's been, I met a weird moth last episode, and it was older than I was, which is kind of cool. So, yeah, looking forward to hopefully meeting more weird things. Maybe moths, maybe not moths. We'll see. Yeah.
Beautiful, thank you. Moving along to the one and only Rain.
Hello, hi, my name is Rainy. I operate under the pronouns of she, they, and tonight I'll be playing Molly O'Connor, the Pax Prodigal. Come back for better for worse. Molly operates under she, her pronouns, and last episode I was with Yasea in an old cave with that moth. And maybe we ran into somebody that listens to my podcast. I'd rather not talk about him.
We see him again, I'm eating him, I'm just saying that.
Oh God.
Listen, just do it without of eyesight, and then we can have plausible deniability.
Fair enough. And last but not least, our beloved Mikey, who was out doing League of Swords last time.
Yeah.
We're happy to have you.
We'll talk more about that in the end of the show where we promo our
Okey-doke.
shit. But hello everyone. My name's Mikey Fatum, and I am playing Cal, the trustworthy and dead sexy alpha of this pack.
This is true.
I figure if I say it enough, it'll turn out to be true.
One of those things
It is
can be
done. You have willed it into truth, therefore.
Yeah.
I mean,
Beautiful.
the trustworthy.
I mean,
is
can you
already
see
easily
can you
there.
see these rolled up sleeves? I mean, you can't get sexier than rolled up sleeves.
So good. Rolled up sleeves are quality. It's true. All right,
There's something about the
Mikey, would
flora.
you be willing to read us our recap from last
Yes,
session, please?
I
Session 6.
would.
You can skip the key points at the end.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Wait. I'm seeing session 4 recap, but not session 5 recap in the recap.
Session 6 is down there. If you click on my icon, it should teleport you where you need to be.
We're in. You're
6.
in.
We're in
Nero.
Nero.
We're on episode 7.
I can
yes.
post it for you.
I got it.
You got it?
All right. We need to recover from our wounds fighting the gargantuan catfish. Our alpha leaves us to our own devices, promising to be back by dawn. Our howl needs items for a ritual, so the pack splits up to make it happen. Molly and Yazea go to the Crystal Cave to hunt down some amethyst, and have a strange encounter with a cryptid hunter, Molly's mega fan. He claims to have encountered the Butterfly Man. The wolves talk him into leaving so they can investigate the cave. Inside, they find something incredible. Hollis takes Priya and Miriam to an abandoned Firewatch tower to rest, but when they get there, they see that the place is covered in a fine silver powder. Inside that is a sleeping beauty, a park ranger in a supernatural slumber from the 1940s. The definition of oversleeping.
Beautiful. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. So we're going to open our scene. We'll do this. We're going to open our scene with our alpha. State of the pack?
Yes, let's do State of the Pack.
All right. So can you tell us what the State of the Pack, what that is all about?
Yep, let me just get back to my character sheet. Okay, there we go. So at the start of each session, I roll the die that determines, or I roll 2 die, that determines how well everyone can defy me. Basically.
All right.
Oh boy. All right, adding heart to that. Okay. That is another 0 to 6. It was actually
What
a
happened?
6. So MC may have a packmate break tradition or disobey your orders.
Oh, yes.
Hey, mate, don't get offended. You're really fucking bad at this.
At that roll specifically, yes.
All right, I'll keep that in my pocket. We'll see what babysitting you need to do, my friend. All right. So for this moment, our camera does that thing in shows where they go back in time a little bit to follow the person everyone was wondering what the fuck happened to last episode. And we see you, our Alpha Cal. Something rings weird. Something is strange, and you catch a scent. In fact, you caught it when you came out of the waters, but you weren't sure what it is and what it was. And as you started to notice what it could be, you knew that this is something that you alone would have to investigate. Otherwise, there might be a witch hunt and panic. So tell me, what form are you in when you go to investigate what I'm about to share?
When we were in the boat, I think I was in human form because I was grabbing things. But you said it was a smell?
It's a smell that you smell, yeah.
I probably would have shifted to at least wolf form then. Yeah, not full werewolf, but into wolf form to investigate.
All right, that is indeed the case then. So you start to head into the woods. You see the others chatting amongst themselves, and they agree to stay in the area while you're out and about. You know full well that no wolves. Yeah, you know full well they're not likely to stay in the exact spot you left them, but you can trust that they'll be there in the morning whistling and looking innocent. So that is a true thing, at least. Here's what you smelled. Why isn't Sirenscape letting me put on some cool, creepy music? Hold on. You smelled Priya. You smelled her in the woods. Priya, our guest from the Spine Mountain Pack, has been with Molly and now with Hollis the entire time. It does not make sense that you are smelling Priya now. So, you, in your wisdom as an alpha, know that sometimes the alpha needs to go get data before the rest of the pack, especially with strong personalities like Yesaya, who might hop in assertively. God forbid Miriam get her ears on something. There are a lot of impulsive characters in this mess. Sometimes it's best to simply go first. Part of the responsibility. So you followed the scent. And this scent is backtracking a little. You have to go around the edge of the lake quite a bit. It's a couple of miles of running in your wolf. And you come closer and closer you're heading up the side of sort of a heavily forested cliff area. You're having to do some pretty dramatic jumps and scrabbling on roots. And when you come to the top of this cliff area, you see some shapes slumped in the dirt. Big shapes, 2 of them. Shapes that smell like Priya.
I'm going to cautiously move around the outside of the clearing, sort of sniffing to see what I'm hearing or not, or smelling or not. It could be that something of her clothing got left on someone or something like that. So I'm not going to jump straight to conclusions yet.
Yeah, I understand. So you're trying to get a little of information on like what could be happening here.
Yeah.
So for this one, since you're trying to check out and see what's happening, I think I'd like you, in order to decide how much info I'm giving you.
Sure.
I think maybe either harness the wolf or act on instinct. Pick between those two and tell me how that's going to go and give me a roll just so I know how much I'm allowed to give you.
I'm going to look up what those are again.
Sure. So, under your stat up here, it looks like you have a +2 to heart.
I do.
Which would be harnessing the wolf.
Okay.
And then you got a -1 to feral, which instinct.
Act on instinct? Okay, well then I will roll heart.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. That's a 7.
You got a 7? Okay.
Yep.
Let's take a gander here.
Thanks, Foxy. I appreciate the visual aid.
What does Foxy do?
He just held up 7 fingers.
Beautiful. Okay, let me see. Which page is this even on? I flipped to the wrong thing, of course. Let's see. Harness the wolf. Here we are. All right. So you got a 7. Oh, okay. So on a 7 to for this, you can ask one of the following questions. It's on page 120, but I can also read it for you if you want.
That would be great. Thank you.
Sure. So you can pick one of these questions to ask, which is 1, who is the weakest here? 2, where's the trail / where is my prey?
Mm-hmm.
What is the strongest emotion in this location? What do they really want? What is the biggest threat to the pack? What smells wrong here? Who or what is dominant in this situation? Where is the escape route? Or where does the pack need to be? I know that's a deluge, but
yeah.
Did any of those resonate?
Yeah, I think we're going to start with what's the biggest threat to the pack.
The biggest threat to the pack, okay. And you got a 7.
I did, yeah.
Okay, that's the one question that you get to ask.
Oh, right, it's one question, not 2.
Uh-huh. Is that what you want?
Yeah, I think that's still what I would go for.
Okay, so the biggest threat to the pack. The biggest threat to the pack, as you circle closer to these 2 lumps on the ground, they seem to be covered in fine sand or silt, partially buried. The biggest threat to the pack is that you aren't there right now.
Oh, hell.
The biggest threat to the pack is that you left them alone. Out of character, I'm really sorry. In character, that's what happened.
I know.
The biggest threat is that now you are miles away investigating what you're investigating, and your wolves are back on that beach. Or maybe not on that beach. So as you come closer, you're able to sort of lean down and take a look. And you see the slumped body of a wolf. And as you breathe out a little bit, this sand dusts away in a sparkling powder, and you see beneath it Darius, in wolf form, asleep. And when you breathe on the other side, you're able to kind of, it moves finally, the movement of your paws, like the silt sort of trickles away. You're able to see right next to him, cuddled up, Priya in wolf form. Both of them asleep. You can see them breathing.
Do either of them smell like the weird shit?
No. They smell honest.
Shit. Okay. Cal is going to bark loudly.
You let out a loud bark, and you hear a laugh in the woods, a rattling, wet laugh. And then the crackle of paws as Darius comes out of the woods behind you in werewolf form.
The fuck?
That echoed. This reaction is so gratifying. This reveal. Darius in werewolf form.
So, sorry, just to clarify, we killed Darius. Darius is sleeping here, and Darius is coming out of the woods. Oh, no, we didn't kill Darius. Mateo we killed. Okay.
Yes,
Darius is the one that was missing. Okay, got it.
Yes, Darius was missing. There are two Darii now in front.
Darii with their derrieres.
The Darius that's sleeping. Foxy's like, please stop. There's the Darius that is snuggled next to Priya sleeping, presumably. And then there is werewolf form. The two wolves are in wolf form together. And then here he is in werewolf form, and his jaw is open, and he's kind of cackling, to be honest. It's like this low, throaty laughter.
This is something that Cal would be thinking of presented with this. Did I ever see Priya shift once since she came back?
Yes.
Okay, all right, good.
You did.
So it's not like somebody divided their forms up.
Yeah, no. Priya's been normal. Like she fought with you against the catfish. She took the medicine from Molly. She's been pretty accommodating in the pack.
Or too accommodating.
So the Darius looks at you and he says, "You're such an idiot. I was waiting for you to separate from your pack, and now I've got you alone."
Cal is going to shift into werewolf form.
Hell yeah.
And say, you might not find this to be the situation you were looking forward to.
Darius slinks forward. He stumbles a little bit, like he's not good at walking, to be honest. He doesn't have the grace of a werewolf that you would expect for someone that's been a long-lived one. And he shuffles towards you like a slow walk, and you notice something. His back, so all of you as werewolves have a ruff on your back, right? As alpine-crested wolves, as you all have marketed yourselves, right? His ruff is up and his hackles are up at you, but you notice spines are growing out of his ruff, these bony protuberances sticking out into the air, almost like porcupine quills, and they rattle softly as he moves. And you'll notice that coming out of the backs of his wolf hands are shards of bone. Kind of Wolverine vibes, to be honest. Like there's some shit happening. So he's got some extra nonsense growing out of him. And as he laughs, he says, eyes focused on you, "I have waited for this moment. I have adapted just for you." And then he's going to jump for you.
All right. This is not what I'm good at. But, so, double instincts here, but first and foremost instinct is that my pack is in danger.
Mm-hmm.
I think instead of trying to meet him head on, Cal is going to attempt to, like, slide under that leap and take off into the forest to try and get back to his friends.
Oh, hell yeah. That's kind of badass. Okay. That's pretty sick. I'm gonna have you make a roll, but let's see. What we
Yes, of
need.
course.
That was very cool of you. Unless you die. Let's see.
If he dies, he dies.
So, let's see. You're not attacking him. Okay. So, in order to basically, the situation is, you do exactly like you said, have to shoot by him. There's a cliff at your back. You're gonna get hurt bad if you try and jump down it. You could. It's gonna be bad. It makes sense to go into the woods and have a go at sprinting. But you are going to have to get past him. I am going to say that in order to get past him, you're either going to have to... You're going to have to make a give into... to let instinct guide you, to dodge these fucking green-ass stuff.
Okay. I can't remember. Is there anything in this system like pushing yourself for...
Yes! There's forwards sometimes. Do you have any... Let's take a look.
I've got ties. I don't think I have forwards.
Ties and forwards. Okay. Sometimes you can get a forward, which is basically like your action point or your +1 or whatever.
Now, hear me out. What if I activated my intimacy move on it? No, I'm kidding.
No. You just caress him. What's that mean?
Get a riz on him, goddammit!
Yeah.
Smash cut to marriage. Sure. So go ahead and, since you're doing this, hit me with a give into the wolf and know that the consequences are going to be fun.
It's great because this is my -1. So let's see what happens. That is a 7.
Okay. All right. So for giving into the wolf here, you get some buffs. Basically, is what you've just earned yourself. You can choose from this list of good things, and you are going to make it past. You can choose to reduce your heart and guts points by a couple and increase your teeth and feral. In exchange, you can basically like temporarily swap if you want to be more bitey and wolfy, which might be useful here.
Yeah.
You can get a +1 harm for your bite and claws if you choose to use them to fight. You can get +2 armor, which I will take care of for. I have a calculating system here. Armor is a good thing. It basically means you get hella buff. You get swole. Or you can add +2. You say it up. You can add a +2 to the pack pool, or you can heal +1 additional harm when you go back to human and wolf. So again, one more time, since that was a ton, I know you can either improve your teeth and feral at the expense temporarily of heart and gut. You can get a buff +1 to when you use your bite and claw attacks. You can get armor, or you can add to the pack pool.
I think that I am going to take my heart down to 0 to give myself a +2 teeth and a 0 feral.
Okay. Go ahead and make a note of that. And that is now true. And now you have bonuses to that. What do we as the viewers see? Like, what visual indication do we see that you're determined? Like,
I think Cal kind of squares up to him as he's going for the leap, and then drops and shifts into wolf form at the same time, and just like pound both feet, both paws in the front, scoot underneath him, and you kind of see there was an edge of panic in Cal's face before the fight started, but when he shifts down, that panic becomes full, like ears back, like eyes wide, snout pumping. Like, this is now a wolf that is running in fear for his friends, and has a lot of, normally when you see Cal in wolf form, he's got kind of the like Mufasa thing going on where he looks like a human being in a wolf form. This just looks like a wolf.
Oh shit, okay. Yeah. So it is exactly as you say, and you slide past this Darius that is not Darius. Yeah. And you hear the crunching shred of claws as they sink into the ground, like construction equipment nonsense in the background, and you feel and hear of the cliff, and a watery, sort of garbly laugh, like something that doesn't actually know what a laugh is for and is kind of using it inappropriately. It's not even a villain laugh. It's like, aha, this is a thing people do. I'm doing it.
Oh God.
Yeah, and then you hear the slow noises as it shuffles and yells after you, "You can't run. I've found you." And it starts to give chase.
All right. I think before Cal gave himself sort of into his animal instincts, the one thought that he pushed into his brain as hard as he could was find Yazea.
Okay.
Because he saw that man transform into a giant wolf and tear something in half, and this seems like a situation where we need that. So he is, I think, grabbing what little scent of Yazea he can find in the air and plunging towards that as fast as he possibly can.
Okay. As you have a few miles to go, and you're fast. You're not quick enough. It's going to be an effort. This is a Herculean effort. This chase scene is intense. You are dodging through trees that you're unfamiliar with. This is not your territory. You are stumbling through brooks. You're getting wounded as you go. Your paws are getting scraped up. You're making decisions that are like on the fly, like you're taking jumps that are pushing your ability. And all the while, you can hear the ragged breathing of this thing as it surges along behind you. And if you glance over your shoulder, you'll see the way it's running is not wolf, it's gorilla. It's like full on, like grabbing trees to yank itself forward, moving just wrong. It hasn't figured it out, moving wrong, but it's moving quick and it's keeping up with eyes alight.
Does it look like it's keeping up with me, like it could overtake me at any moment, but it's having fun? Or does it look like we're actually matched in speed?
I think you're about matched. Like you're strong. Like you're nothing to. But
strong like wolf.
Yeah, it's a strong like wolf. However, the thing is going to be question, right?
Yeah.
As you are dashing towards the faint scent of your pack, you hear behind a rattling scream. It's not a wolf howl, it's a scream. And we're going to use that smash cut to move over to our friend.
Oh, man.
All right. Hollis, you're heading down. At this point, this is roughly the time I'm imagining here. You're heading down towards the beach with Isabel on your back, Sleeping Beauty, if you will. And you're walking with Miriam and Priya. And you hear in the very distance, a very faint, almost from this distance, what kind of sounds like a bird scream or something. And it's like, oh God, only a bird could make a dinosaur, right? But Miriam stops. She's still stuck in wearable form. She stops with her ears up and her nose up, and she looks at it intensely. Priya stops as well with her ears up and her nose up and looks intensely. And both of the girls are kind of paused. And then they look at each other. They're paused. Miriam makes a distressed, slow whining noise. And Priya mirrors the sound. What are you going to do, Hollis? They're kind of looking to... Do you want to investigate the sound, or are we going to let that roll? Whatever you think realistically, Hollis.
Oh God. Well, if they seem nervous and we've got a civilian now, I'm gonna say let's just go back. We're going to meet the others.
Sure. That is a perfectly reasonable decision.
Then we can decide what to do if that gets closer.
All right, sounds
You're
good.
both reacting with fear. I don't know if go by yourself.
So you lead the group down. They are both still in wolf. I believe. Well, they are now. Miriam has been, and I think Priya is as well. And you hear the soft slide of bone and flesh as someone transforms behind you, and you hear, "I really like you, Hollis, and I didn't want to have to do this."
Fuck.
It's Priya.
And you hear a sudden yelping shriek as Miriam whips around and attacks Priya before Priya can get to you, and the two of them body slam over the edge of a cliff, just snarling and slashing.
Not near the cliff, though. Don't go off the cliff. Go, Miriam.
And you look and you see Miriam's still in werewolf. Priya's now in werewolf. and the two are just fucking each other up, going over the side of this cliff. Like, and they are
Jesus.
rolling. You've got baby Isabel here or whatever.
Yeah.
They're sort of
Fireman's
incapacitated.
carry. Yeah. I'm gonna just put Isabel down as quickly as possible in a flat surface somewhere.
Plop.
And just like, I'm gonna keep my distance, but I'm gonna try to get closer to see like what the fuck is going on. Like, what just happened?
Yeah. It seems great. So you sort of are able to. Are you in wolf form? No, you're in human form. You're sort of
I'm in
able
human
to
still.
jog a little bit after them. They are moving fast and hard. Trees are being ripped out. Rock is being smashed. They are both screaming at each other, and it's really violent. And Miriam, unfortunately, is super feral, but isn't as good at fighting in this form as Priya. And it looks like Priya is starting to win. Also, Priya has some strange growths spearing out of her ruff and starting to grow out, these porcupine quill-like growths that meta level we know happened over with our alpha as well. And Priya's body is getting larger, and she swings Miriam underneath her and choke slams her onto the ground hard, and there's a snapping noise. Is bad.
Ooh,
Oh,
yeah,
God.
nope. As soon as that happens, shifting into werewolf form.
All right. What you gonna do?
Tackle her. At the
All
very
right.
least. So
Roll
Ah,
maul.
All right.
Let's see what happens.
Oh my god.
Oh, we are in a bad situation, gang.
They're in a very bad situation.
I love how it's this bad situation over here, bad situation over there, and the two people who could actually do shit about it are just like carrying a handful of crystals back
got our
from the
crystals.
cave.
Uh-huh.
Wee, crystal time. We
Oh,
just
yeah.
saw a really cute guy. Everyone else actively dying.
Yeah. It's like
Derry,
everything's going to
don't. Oh my god, I'm sorry. I'm reading all the
Don't.
Darius puns happening in the chat.
Okay, okay.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Well, no worries. Just double. What is Maul again? Oh, teeth.
Mauling is teeth, yes.
Well, hey, while we're getting rolled for things, Al, I think you might have two sounds playing simultaneously.
I think I do.
You
Let's
do?
see. Let me turn off the drum one, even though I love it. Let's not DJ too much over here.
Sorry,
hey,
my
listen,
brain was just
DJ
like,
Al in the
"Ooh,
house."
sad."
DJ Al, it's just really awkward. It doesn't quite
Listen,
work.
you're hit. You're hit.
Music is not my
It's hitting
strength.
hard. You're doing your thing.
It's because you picked out the music.
Listen.
All right.
You're doing damn
Okay.
good.
So, I rolled a 9. My teeth is +1. So that's
Excellent.
10.
Okay. You got a 10. Oh, shit. Yeah. Okay. So on a 10, when you you can choose 2 out of the list. Do you have it open, or do you want me to read it for you?
I got it. So
Wait, what is it, Rainey?
Oh no, I was just.
Oh, okay. You're just excitable.
Light. Yes, I am.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah.
Devil's
Okay.
Nap.
Devil's Snap.
So I can choose 2 of the following. I take harm. I deal +1 harm. I discern my opponent's next move. I knock someone out. I impress or intimidate someone.
Mm-hmm.
Or I do not take 1 forward on given wolf. And for the sake of this, I am going to try to deal +1 harm and knock somebody the fuck in.
Okay.
So-
Sounds great. How do you do this?
Hollis literally going to try to tackle Priya now, just shifting as they jump and tackling and swooping with the claw.
You do. You leap in, and it's very satisfying because as you leap, so we hear the snap, the wet bone snap, as Priya shoves Miriam down onto the ground. And then Priya looks over her shoulder just in time to catch a face full of consequences for her actions. Claws just like fully, and there is just goosh, like blood spatter halfway across the fucking forest as you knock her jaw out of alignment and send
Ooh.
her reeling halfway. It's very his dark materials, the bear fight when the jaw
Fuck
gets
Oh,
snapped.
yes.
Fuck yeah.
Her jaw just flies off into God knows where, and she only has the top jaw just gushing blood now.
Oh, my God.
And she stumbles as you don't relent and you continue to maul, letting the power of being a fucking werewolf rip through you. You begin to try and subdue this beast. It is a long and arduous process. You get banged up and you take a harm in the process, but it's only one because you rolled a goddamn 10.
Yeah.
And you fight with every inch of you until at last, with a gurgling, horrible snap, not Priya falls beneath you, twitching. And as she falls and begins to twitch, that oil smell suddenly starts seeping out of her that was missing.
Oh, God.
The oil smell starts to come out, and it's gross. It's like, it's corpsey and gross, and it's like very powerful. And I think she just flops beneath you, subdued and knocked out.
Hollis.
Fucking badass. Hollis just slaps someone's jaw off. Shut the fuck up. Oh yeah.
In a very literal sense.
Hit that bitch with the Batman slap, frankly.
Yep. What did the five fingers say to the face? I'm Hollis, bitch.
Hollis gave her the 5-finger discount.
Beautiful. So yeah, you're able to subdue this monstrous version of Priya. It's uncanny how similar she looks. She looks the same. She laughed with you. She joked with you.
God.
She was vulnerable with all of you. She made jokes. She trusted Molly. This was a person until she wasn't.
Happened. God, I don't want to just leave her laying there, but Miriam is also not doing good, it sounded like. So I'm gonna stand over Priya for just a second, just to make sure it's not gonna get up.
Yeah.
And then rush over to Miriam.
All right. Once you're certain that Priya's not going to move, 'tis dead, you succeeded, you go over to Miriam, and she is lying at a weird bisected angle because her spine was broken.
Oh.
And she is like a sad paperclip, and she's still twitching and snarling, and her eyes are like unseeing with rage, and she's still trying to find the enemy. And when you come near her, she snaps hard at you.
Me? It's dead. Ooh. Okay. Sorry, I was gonna ask if I could potentially use my silver tongue skill.
What does that do?
So, when you attempt to persuade a packmate or traveling companion, hopefully, to comply with or ignore a tradition, disobey or obey the alpha, or challenge the alpha, roll plus heart.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So,
yeah, I'll let you do that. Actually, I think there's ways we can succeed. What do you want Miriam to do? What's your goal here? If we're gonna do an adjusted version of this move, which I think
I'm going to try to calm her down and talk her through transforming into human.
Ooh, oh, cool. All right, go for it. Give us a roll.
Okay. Oh boy. Hurts actually.
Oh, my heart's pounding too. This is a lot. I don't know why my heart's pounding. I'm like, oh my god, what's gonna happen?
If only there was someone who could decide that.
There's only someone who knew.
So with a +2, that's a 12.
All right, describe how you walk Miriam through transforming from broken, fucked up werewolf form back to human. How do you do that? What do you touch upon? How do you access her in this moment? Like, she's full feral, foaming at the mouth, snarling. How do you get through to her?
I'm gonna make sure I'm still within her vision. kind of
Mm-hmm.
get down, speak with
Oh, a little
See-
closer to you, Mike.
Oh, sorry.
That's all
I,
right.
s- I see your pain, physical. Well, what I need you to do is protected me, and
Oh, you
I
cut
need
out
you
just
to
a little bit.
dang
I'm
it.
sorry, baby. I'm
No
so
worries.
sorry. I just don't want to miss the lines. They're so good.
Yeah. What you did was protect me, and I will not. But I need you.
All right. So you lean in and you make an appeal to Miriam's protective. What I'm hearing. And she slows beneath you, and her panting slowly turns into a sound closer to sob. And bit by agonizing bit, she kneads herself back together. You hear the crackle of a spine realigning, because guess what? You guys are fucking werewolves. And a broken spine isn't going to
Ain't
keep you dead
nothing.
forever. And it's you're able to like hold her hand if you as she goes through this, but it is a very deeply vulnerable moment that you share with this person as she fights her way back and shrinks down into her small human form again. And then she's basically laying on the ground, broken-hearted, horrified sobs, just completely overwhelmed, crying her head off, fetal position, miserable, and looks like hell, lying in a pile of fur and blood and all that other stuff. It isn't graceful, but
How?
she is in human form.
Yeah, and if she lets me, Hollis will hug her.
Yeah,
To
she'll
give her
lean
the-
into it. Yeah, if you hug her, she will turn in and like shove her face into your neck and just crying of somebody that just doesn't cry. You know what I mean? Like the messed up, fucked up sobs of somebody who just simply does not cry that often and probably is overdue for a nice
Yeah.
couch cry.
Yeah,
So, yeah. Yeah.
it'll be okay. You did it.
After a minute, what the fuck was that?
I wish I knew. Dead, hopefully. It smelled like else.
Mm.
The oil.
Yeah, it smells like shit. God. Miriam gets up and stumbles her way over to look at the body. Her body is still realigning a little bit as she walks, like, chiropractic noises. And she looks down and sees like the jawless wolf and raises her eyebrows with a whistle. Not bad, Hal. I didn't know you were a fighter.
Not usually.
All right, you need to call Yesaya. Can you howl? My throat's blown out.
How far are we from the beach? Really?
Closer than your alpha.
Oh boy. Okay. All right. This is probably better place to stay for now. So, give me a moment. And before she howls, Hollis is gonna move over to the body, and she would have shifted back to human with Miriam just to kind of help her refocus and be like, okay,
Yeah.
we're doing this together. But they're gonna take a rock from nearby and just smash the thing's head just to be sure.
Double tap.
Double tap.
tap.
I'm not fucking with this thing.
Oh,
Okay?
Honestly,
now my
but
favorite
I-
character in all of fiction.
No.
Well,
What
yeah.
I'm hearing is what I'm hearing is Hollis took lessons from Molly, because Molly
Yeah.
would always say, "Make sure you fucking double tap this shit."
I don't want that thing coming back
Yeah.
after us.
You pick up a
Again.
boulder. You pick up a giant boulder in your hand and goosh, like straight, and you hear just and like some of this black Icarus blood spatters across the ground. If this thing gets back up, it's gonna be doing so as a skin.
It won't be able to bite, so that's
Nope.
good.
Oh god, no, yeah. No, it absolutely cannot bite. It has nothing with which to bite.
All
Mhm.
right.
I spend 2 mana and cast Defang.
And
Mhm.
yeah, and still in human form, just gonna howl.
You give a howl.
So.
Yeah. All right. We're gonna go ahead and switch cameras again. But before we do that, does anybody need like a bathroom break or food? Are we?
think we're at a good break
we're
spot.
at the hour mark. We could break it at the
Oh,
hour
shit.
mark right here. Why not? Let's hit it.
Oh, sure. I can't believe it's been an hour.
I know, right?
Crazy.
All right, everybody. We're gonna go ahead and take our intermission. So we're gonna take between 5 to 7 minutes, and then we'll be back on the play for more werewolf shenanigans. Thank you. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Bitemarks mystery game. We open our scene, Hollis and Miriam, as they huddle together over the crushed body in a area.
You cut out for just a
Oh, as we hover over the body.
Oh no.
Mhm.
Oh no!
That's real
Oh
bad.
no!
This
it's
is
getting
what
worse.
just happened. You said as they hover over that.
Well, thankfully
Are
the
you serious?
captions still no captions are still picking up Owl. Thankfully
Oh, okay.
though.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
So
okay.
the imitation of
Yeah.
Priya.
Should I let me deconnect and reconnect? Just a sec.
Now we're all in different places. Tell me who I am. I don't. She's
One more time with feeling?
magical chair. Musical chairs.
Okay. Let me know if it gets weird again, because push comes to shove, I can switch over to a different mic or something. It'll be okay. In the meantime, I will lean. Okay, so our scene opens up with Miriam and Hollis standing over the fake Priya's body. Also, I just want to say how honestly scary it would be in the early hours of the morning to see two blood-soaked feral women standing naked over a giant monster's dead body and staring at it like two dads trying to assess the length of the lawn. Oh god.
Foxy looking at the crushed body and going, "I've seen what you've done for others, Lord. Why not for me?
Oh my god.
It should have been me."
Okay, that's funny. So yeah, Miriam is sort of brushing herself off and says, "Listen, is there a reason you picked up the dusty human? Because she's kind of getting in the way. We don't have to tell anybody. We can just throw her back in the fire watch and no one would be the wiser." She's dead serious.
Yeah, I figured. I mean, my thought was to try to help protect her, but at this point, yeah, I think you're right. I think she might be safer and
Yeah, she's a bacon bit. Whatever this thing is, there could be more of them. God knows if we're gonna have to fight more. She's just gonna get eaten up. Look at her. No muscle tone.
and she hadn't been disturbed in 80 years, so right.
Miriam grabs her by the arm and starts dragging her back up to the Firewatch Tower.
No, hold on. And just fireman carry Isabel again. We're not treating her like a corpse. Okay, she's just we'll take her back and then we'll come back down here because they'll be coming soon. Sure. So
Because you gave a howl, right? Out of character, did you call? Okay, you did. Excellent. So we bring this poor lady back up to the building for a moment, to the powder-dusted building. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to bring you all together really soon, but we're going to do a scene shift to Molly and Yesaya now. You guys get some time. Thank you for your patience, by the way. I know it's been a bit. But yeah, you two, as you were coming out of the Crystal Cave, you noticed a couple of things. Thing the first, rainbows shit is plopped on the ground. His bag, his
okay, thank
weird little
God.
device. He just took a shit.
Yeah, tickled.
All of his stuff, in addition to a massive dookie, all of his stuff. Stop laughing at potty humor, you nerds. All right.
Clip that.
Anyway, all of his camping gear and supplies are plopped down at the base of a tree, including his shoes, and he seems to be gone. Anyway, that's one thing. And the other thing is that you hear Hollis's distant, desperate howl, which it's the howl of the pack saying, "Emergency, come here immediately," is what it means. And you can hear it off in the distance, sort of on the other side of the lake and up the way a bit towards the Firewatch Tower.
We should go.
Molly's just like looking at that whole entire pile with like concern.
Yasea will snatch like a sock out of the bag or something and just, I'll track his scent later. We'll find him.
Fine. If he ends up fucking dead, we'll just... I don't know what we'll do with the corpse, but we'll figure out something with the corpse.
Too hot.
Too hot, but also, like, I feel like that's a reaction to Molly just, like, catching a slight whiff of the sock. Just, like...
It's a special scent.
It's human,
Chanel.
let me tell you.
Chanel.
Fuck. Chanel gym sock number 9. Anyway, yeah, no, I think with that, Yaseo will probably go wolf form again, crouch down and go wolf form again, so Molly can mount up and we can get moving.
Easily done.
Yep.
Yeah, you two book it. Yasea, over the many years you've been alive, your body has been many things. It has been a place of refuge. It's been a weapon. It's been transport. It's been so many different things. When you run across the land, how is your relationship with this land different than other wolves? How do you know that things are amiss just through the feeling underneath your paw pads as you run? How are you connected to this space?
I think for Yasea, it's less a physical impression and more something deep in the core of his stomach. That feeling you get when, I mean, maybe this is only for me, but when you're walking down a street that's not like somewhere in your neighborhood late at night and you're like, okay, I'm not somewhere that I know everything and everyone around me. It's that feeling, but in the middle of a wood that he feels always fully at home in. And that's like that sort of threat tingle in the back of your brain that makes him know like there is something wrong with his home.
Okay. Thank you. Just wanted to get a little clip of that. I've been thinking about that for like the past couple of episodes, and I was like, I don't know how to ask this, but I want to know.
Yeah, no, I like it. I like it a lot, actually.
Yeah.
It's a fair point. I like it a lot.
Yeah. Yes. So you post haste head towards the Firewatch Tower, and incidentally, you are going to cross paths roughly similar times with your alpha, who you see shooting out of the trees like a lightning bolt, wolf form, running so fast it's like his paws aren't even touching the ground. He's like doing the kind of run that God forbid a tripwire ever exist, like just running.
Yasea will paw skid in the ground. Calvin,
Run!
Oh shit.
how close behind us is the thing, by the way? Like,
You don't see
can
it
I
yet.
see it? Yeah, I think he's
He's just telling you to run. You know, your alpha is telling you to beat it with him to run. Don't say anything.
I didn't even
he'll
think
let
of it.
Molly down. He'll let Molly down and follow him. Follow him.
Fine.
I think he'll like turn, get up, and like neck roll as he shifts into human form. I will see what disturbs my wood.
That was such a fucking cool line.
Mikey, I'm gonna banish you from my
I
life.
was laughing because it was a cool line I hadn't even
is a cool
thought
line.
of. I hadn't even thought of the double entendre.
That was all you. That was all.
I
that
did a
was
double
all you.
entendre too a minute ago, and then I got mad at myself and took it out on Foxy preemptively, which was not fair of me. Sorry, Foxy. You were innocent.
Fine.
You were innocent in that
Foxy
moment.
is an innocent child of God.
All right,
full
so
name
here's
is
my
Christian.
question. You need to roll to disobey, Foxy, even though you mean well, because technically you're not antagonizing, but you are doing. Your alpha gave you a very clear order. So let's see.
I'll do the roll while you figure that out. I know it's a guts roll, and I'm -1
It
to
is a
those,
guts
so we're
roll.
hoping for some good things. That's not bad at all. That's going to be a 9 -1 for an 8.
Okay. So on a 7 to 9, you do disobey, but it troubles you greatly, and we take one away from our pack pool.
No.
Oh, I'm sorry, friends.
That's all right.
Are we in negative in a pack pool again?
No, but you guys are not close. You guys, you were doing okay.
It's okay.
All
I'll
right,
get
that's
it
all
back.
right,
Don't
though.
worry. I have plans. I'll get it back. Don't worry.
All right. So, Yesaya, when you say that, it tugs at your heartstrings because it feels wrong to decline your alpha, especially when he so dearly seems to want to keep you all safe. But your desire to protect is stronger than the compulsion to obey. However, it is a little bit of disunity. Molly, how do you feel about this? I want to know what's going on in Molly's head right now because a lot has just happened. May we see into her mind? What is she thinking?
Just crack open that head.
Let's take a
No,
gander.
if we just crack on open the head, just right on in there. Molly's like, oh man, how else other to describe it than that petulant youngest sibling syndrome of, oh, okay, I get it. They get to fucking do this shit, and I have to obey? Fuck you! In the kindest of way. She knows that, but however, Molly also knows that she is not up to whatever threat is making Cal fucking run.
Mm-hmm.
And based on her talks with Percy, Yasea, outside of Cal, is the only other person that could potentially handle what is bigger and scarier out in those woods, and she's not willing to risk another migraine to let her wolf out again.
Mm-hmm.
Because she can feel it calling.
Yeah.
Clawing at the little cage
In
she's
the
shut it
air
back into.
tonight.
Oh, I was going crawling in my skin.
All right, it had to be one or the other. It's fine.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so how's this looking? Who stays in this little patch of clearing, and who obeys and goes with Cal's guidance?
I'll say Yesaya isn't like fully straight on just staying. Like he'll follow behind, but I think his goal is just to create a bit of space between the group himself.
Oh, okay, you're taking
and
up the
whatever this thing
rear.
is.
You're taking up the
Exactly.
rear as a shield in case somebody
Like
comes
the-
flying
like-
up on you.
Like the far rear, like just at the edge of visual contact rear.
Okay. Cal, do you know Yesaya is gonna do this? Like, are you surprised, or how do you feel?
I wouldn't say I'm exactly surprised. I was going to ask you if Cal sees that or if the panic is too much that he just keeps running by.
Oh, was that like a you?
Oh,
I don't know. Oh, was that to me or to I don't know.
you
That
tell
was
me.
to okay. Well,
Well, I mean, if that's you, I don't mind personally at all. Yeah, I think it's fine if you saw it. Yeah.
all right.
Whatever's more narratively interesting to you.
Yeah, that's the question, isn't it? Because the right decision is to have seen it. The terrible decision is to not have seen it and keep running and assume they're following me. So I think I will make the bad decision for narrative interest, and instead of having Cal heroically turn around, he will not even have noticed that anybody stopped because he's just running full out.
Hell yeah.
enough.
Excuse me.
All right.
Tonight.
Kudos to you for doing a super in character thing, even though it might be an issue. All right.
Hope you
So
don't
Molly,
die.
are you please don't die. Molly, are you running with Cal now?
Yeah.
It's just human form sprinting. Okay. So it is. Yesaya. You sort of you're in human form?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You're sort of jogging along a bit with like eyes sharp on the clearing. Remember that scene in the beginning of Princess Mononoke when the spirit comes flying out and the kids are trying to protect themselves? This doesn't happen yet, but it's a hill like that. I want you guys to envision that if you know that scene I'm talking about. And like the trees are thick on either side, but it's a meadow. So the visibility is good when you're in the meadow. You feel a rotten presence on a gut level in your forest, and you feel it hesitate at the edge of the trees, pausing. The camera catches on Yesaya's scarred skin as he turns, and it shimmers a little bit from some of the powder that the little moth sprinkled on him. Fenty Beauty. I need to stop making jokes in my serious campaign.
Got my body glow on.
No.
No, I love it. Can I,
It
as an
alleviates
active
from the
challenge to this
horror.
thing, can I, in an act like to challenging this thing, can I sort of give in to the wolf and kind of like, you know, kind of big up a little bit at this thing? Is that a thing I can do?
So tell me what you're trying to do, and then I will tell you what you need to do to make
I'm
it happen.
trying to like pretty directly like, I guess like
Goad it into coming out?
Yeah, I'm gonna goad it into like presenting itself in front of me if it wants to threaten my pack mates. Let's see how fucking tough you are, frankly.
I'll say that you can narrate this. You don't have to make a roll yet. But tell me what you're doing here. Do you call to it? Do you like show us what you're trying to do to
I think like as he's kind of like stepping forward, he stops the moment the creature stops at the edge of the wood. We kind of see the camera like look at like very close up on his face. He kind of flares his nostrils one time, and then he like slides his left foot sort of sideways and forward for a bit, and with his right hand clenches it and just like pounds his chest twice and just stares off at in the direction of the wood where he feels the presence at. Very clearly being like you don't get to be here and not present yourself to me.
So Yesaya, as you sort of issue this challenge, there's a slow hesitation, and I'm going to give me a second to narrate because this might not be what you think, but
Please.
You hear the crackle of trees and twigs and rocks, and then the trees sort of as something slides past them, something big, and slowly a hanging wolf head ducks out from underneath the canopy. Fur black as night, eyes small, piggish but bright. It inches out very slowly. Its neck is too long. It keeps going and going. There's no body yet. The neck is just slithering out of the trees, and slowly a body follows behind it. And out creeps a wolf. A wolf that looks like a fucked up version of Yesaya. Same scars and everything. The only difference is the proportions are really fucked up. Here's what happens next. It crawls out into the light. Its face is a little wrong, like its eyes are too forward facing and too close together and small. There's something kind of weird happening there. And it steps out and it sways its head side to side, but its eyes glide over you, not latching onto you at any point. It's almost like it can't see you. I know you're there. I can hear you. I can smell you, it says. Its mouth doesn't move, but you see its throat moving as it speaks through the shaggy fur. Come out, coward. It steps a little closer, sniffing the air, looking. It should have looked right at you multiple times and simply does not seem to see you.
You are a poor imitation of life. I will rend you from existence.
All right, are you gonna maul?
Can I give in to the wolf first to bump my stats a little bit more?
Yes, you may. Just know that if you bungle the roll, something really cool for me happens that isn't as cool for you. But
that's all right. I got a +3 in my feral. I should be okay here.
Yeah, you do. It's true. All right, give us a roll and see. Let me double check. What do I get to give you if you succeed in giving to the wolf? Yeah. Okay. How about
That's a 7 + 3 for 10.
All right, you get a 10. Do you have it open, or do you want me to read it?
I got it open.
You got it open? Okay, so if it's 10, you
Yes.
get to pick 2. Tell us what you pick.
I'm gonna reduce my heart and guts by +2 total to increase my teeth and feral. So I'm gonna. Oh, well, I guess yeah. You know what? I'm gonna up my teeth by +2, so I can have +2 in teeth in return for
Okay.
dropping my my heart by 2 down to down to +0. So heart to +0, teeth to +2, and I'll add another. You know what? +2 to the pack pool. Why not?
That a boy. All right, let me add it. Foxy's like, look. Putting
mean,
the
listen,
candies
if we-
back in the jar.
If we have to keep this
Beautiful.
narrative, the simple fact of the matter is nothing walks through my forest unchallenged. Certainly not to get to my friends through me.
Mm-hmm. All right. So, human form, wolf form, what kind of form is
Human
happening?
form
Wait,
for
did
now.
you? Human form for now. Okay. How are you doing this?
I think we don't get like a full transformation from Yesaya, but we get like, for most werewolves, like shifting into bits of our power is an act of kind of giving in and almost kind of like embracing emotion or like instincts.
Mhm.
For Yesaya, it is as simple as like straightening an already proudly straight back, rolling a single shoulder, closing his eyes, and breathing out deeply. And as he does so, he opens his eyes and they are blood red. His teeth are even sharper, his nails longer.
Demon Slayer breathing technique? Fuck yes.
Hell
Domain
yeah.
expansion. All right, cool. Yes, you do so. And you are able to launch an attack on this thing.
On to murder.
Should you wish. You are going to need to well, actually, before you do that. So you dash forward, ready to fuck shit up. Its head, as you speak, swings suddenly towards you, and suddenly the neck rears back and splits open to reveal 2 long lines of molars, like human teeth, as
Yeah,
it
look at
opens
that.
up like an alligator mouth. And it turns out the Jesea face on the top was a vestigial thing, like an insect growing to
Mhm.
look like a branch or something. It's all faking you out. It
Mhm.
opens up wide and tries to chomp you as you run towards it. Big chomp. Go ahead and roll
Right.
mauling. Let's see how we'll figure out how this starts looking as you give us a maul.
+2 right now. That's 8 +2 for another 10.
Okay. So for a 10 with mauling, you can choose 2. Do you have it open? You want me to read it?
Scrolling right now. Got it. I think. Nope, I lost it.
That's all right. I'll read it for you. So
Go
on
for it.
mauling, you can choose 2. Interestingly, one of the choices, you can take a harm. That is a thing you are
Mhm.
allowed to do with this move. You can deal a harm, which is the more straightforward one. You can discern your opponent's next move. You can knock someone out, or you can impress or intimidate somebody. The last option is you don't take a forward on your next give in to the wolf. Does any of
I
those
think-
resonate?
Yes, I think I'd like to definitely deal +1 harm, obviously, because I want to really rip into this thing somewhat. I'd also like to see if I can get a deal at intimidating it.
Yeah, for sure. So how do you harm it? You want to describe it?
I think as like the teeth come down, Yesaya just stops, like hands forward and grips onto both sides of the jaw, and like pulls it closer, and like almost like has like the vestigial head kind of like hanging down and like meeting it eye to eye. Grips both the teeth. I have seen sharper, and just tears like fully like across the jaws.
Yes.
God, I fucking love you,
It's
Sam.
like deboning a turkey. Just yes, the noises are terrible. The strength in your arms more so, as you deal a great deal of harm to this creature, and black, oily Icarus blood splatters across the beautiful clearing in which you stand.
Production team has done above and beyond for this show.
Really?
Honestly.
Yeah.
Man, this shit's
Yeah.
going nutty this episode.
Yeah, it's going. And they saved it all for
We
this.
got a map up for this episode.
They wasted
did.
the
We're like
entire
70% of the budget.
but it went to this episode. This
Uh-huh.
episode alone.
The catfish was the other 30%. Let's be real.
Yeah.
And then the
So-
rights to Airbud were like 5%.
Yeah.
Not the right state. I forgot about that. So Foxy, you do intimidate, but since it doesn't have like a face, the way it shows that intimidation, the way you kind of read it is it was scrabbling towards you, but when you grab it and rip, it starts flailing back, like slithering back as quickly as it can, like a snake with its head cut off, just like trying to yank back. As this is happening, you hear a distant scream.
Oh god.
Yeah, there we go. A distant scream. Smash cut. Alpha, you come upon everybody at the Firewatch Tower. You see a smash as I knock my thing over. You see Miriam and Hollis, and I assume that Molly has gotten there now. So most of your people are here. Most of the pack is up here except for Yusea. What you gonna do?
I think Cal is so, like, he gave in so much to put on the burst of speed that got him here, that literally he's like, other than that bark of run he was able to get out earlier, I don't think he has much that he's like, he's just kind of circling and like barking and like generally not making a lot of sense. So he sort of just comes into the space and it's like,
Make a give into the wolf. Oh, no, wait. I want you. Hold on. I'm going to do something mean to you.
I love it.
Feel free to talk amongst yourselves while I figure out how to do this.
Oh boy.
Mhm.
Things are reaching ahead.
Y'all better not die before I get there.
We'll see.
Listen, we'll do the best we can.
All right, that's all I
Listen,
have.
y'all left Molly up there, and who knows what she has in that medical bag at this point? A sawed-off shotgun. You never know.
Rocket
Healer
launcher.
butt.
Listen, there are some things you can't heal, and you know what? Mercy tap.
All right.
When you can't heal bullet wounds, cause them.
Okay. Here's how this goes down. Cal,
Yeah.
every inch of you is feral at this moment. Your skin is singing with it. You are embodied. You are the wolf. It's hard to even notice the details of the situation. The silver powder, the crushed imitation wolf, your packmates. It's hard to recognize them. Everything feels distant. Everything feels panicky. You're choked up. You all can see this as well. Cal is not acting normal.
Molly?
Yeah. Nope. I'm just waiting for him to calm the fuck down before I lose teeth trying to shove something in his throat.
Well, what's going on? Why?
Fuck if I know. He just yelled run. Yaz is probably taking care of it.
Oh,
The fuck? And she's just like pointing at the rock and
yeah.
the thing under it.
Priya wasn't Priya. That's
Oh, fuck.
all I know right now.
When you say Priya wasn't Priya, Cal begins like bouncing up and down and like running to the door and running back to you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, does Molly notice the dust and everything at the Firewatch Tower?
Yeah. Same dust.
Same dust as in her little baggie?
Mm-hmm. There's also a woman peacefully napping on the porch. A sleepy lady.
That's not...
She looks real cozy.
That's not modern uniform. That
Nope.
is not a modern uniform.
Nope, she's from the 40s.
So we got a Rip Van Winkle on our hands. We've got our Alpha, who's
Panicking.
freaked the fuck out. Miriam
whips around and says, "Where's Yusea?"
taking care of a thing.
She
Sweetheart,
runs.
Are you okay? Oh no,
She
ma'am.
books
Oh
it.
god, okay.
Naked lady running downhill.
It sounds like something at the Museum of Museum of Modern Art. I was at Museum of Natural History.
Make it like
I mean,
running
that
down
too.
the
Good
hill.
album
Could be
title.
both.
Anatomy
Could be
lesson.
both.
Yeah, it's
Physics.
I don't know. I don't think this is fan service. I think this is. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's happening.
It is happening.
However,
And
it's
just
happening.
Molly's
it
just
is.
like
I'll let the
watching
animators
as
decide.
Miriam just go, and it's just like. Yase can take care of shit himself, ma'am. Holy fuck. He's older than you!
Yeah, but she like loves me and shit. I think I don't know.
Aw.
Aw. Well, also, like, you can recognize that your partner can take care of shit themselves. Anyways.
But also, she just had her back broken, so
So, you know.
maybe
And
not.
not even by me.
fully logical.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
Oh.
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
sorry.
You tell us
You
to be
saw the
better.
chance.
I see
You
how
saw
it
it,
is.
and you
The thing
took
is,
it.
you say you're
Respect.
sorry,
That door was,
and I don't
that door
believe
just
you.
that door just teleported in front of me. I would have been dead if I didn't step through it. Okay.
Praising
I
Molly.
don't blame
Wow.
you. I don't blame you.
Lord.
Jeez.
Okay, so what I'm hearing is we're all just a little veritable bits of fucked up right now. Okay, I'm not gonna be concerned with the potential broken back patient running down fucking.
She healed. She's okay. She was in werewolf form when it happened, so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but there might be.
Where
It's
is
fine, it's
Yasea?
fine. Clearing, taking care of some shit. It's fine.
When you say it's fine, Cal like chases his tail and like bumps into you.
Baby. Baby.
All right, Calvin, you're gonna hate me for this, but I need you to open. And Molly just grabs Cal by the. I don't fucking care, buddy. You can give me lip all you fucking want.
Hollis will do the vet tech thing and just grab his head and jam her thumbs into like the corners of his mouth.
Yeah, Molly's just like finds. She has pouches. She knows where everything is.
Are you drugging your alpha?
Yes.
Well, Hollis is just trying to be like, calm the fuck down. We need answers.
Well, Molly may not be immediately, but she is definitely at least trying to give him something like some lavender shit, like not the good shit she gave not Priya, but something to at least slightly take off the edge.
Do you have any ties that you can use?
No, because I think
Anybody?
That's
Give
how
that
I
man a
have.
Percocet. That's crazy.
I mean, I have a tie on Molly. I don't know if that helps here.
Well, it depends. If you want to, depends on how acquiescent you are to being given a pill while you're in this state.
I don't think I would be very acquiescent to much, except for like Cal's trying to herd them towards the door, and I think anything that gets in the way of him doing that, he's gonna react badly to.
no.
Oh, so he's like sheepdogging everyone to get inside the Firewatch tower?
No, to go back and help Yaz.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you all. I sort of envisioned. I should have been
Yeah.
clear. You all are kind of in the
Tower itself.
yard or whatever. Like you're there.
Okay.
Yeah. So it would be easy enough to turn and go back down the hill.
Well, that's what he's trying to get them to do.
All right. Thoughts, everyone?
All right, he's not gonna calm down unless we actually like go where he fucking wants us to.
I mean, all right.
Listen, I'm not above drugging our alpha, but at this fucking point, I don't think that's gonna help.
Cal, just lead us there, then.
Cal barks and takes off into the night back the way he came.
Cal, how do you know you're about to get? How do you know you're about to get fucked up? What spidey sense alerts you that you are in deep shit as you dart into the trees?
I think it's just a natural wolf instinct, and unfortunately, Cal has spent a long time ignoring those because he's trying to be more human, and so sort of the hair stands up on the back of his head and his instinctive back of his neck, and his instinctive reaction is, "Don't care, friend in danger," and he keeps running before he without Yeah.
Okay. A huge body, a hand, an enormous hand, grabs you by the neck and swings you around and throws you right back up the hill. So you see Cal dash down, and suddenly Ragdoll Physics Goat Simulator flying right back up the hill. And then shooting after you on all fours is not Darius, the one that was pursuing you originally.
Oh, I thought not Darius transformed into Yazzie. I didn't realize there were two of them.
It's too.
Oh, God.
Oh, God.
So you all see this thing as he shoots by all of you, and he is going to steamroller over whoever was next following Cal. Be honest, which of you was it? Everybody jump now.
Oh, no,
Was it Hollis? All right, good old
Yeah,
Hollis.
I'll
Hollis,
say.
you're going to take 2 harm, non-negotiable, as this thing turns you into paste as it thunders by.
Oh, my
And
Just
I'm
like-
still in human form.
Oh,
Oof.
no.
Buddy. Yeah, it's just full-on trample damage as you go. You feel the pop as your skin opens underneath some particularly untrimmed claws as it, like, it's going for Cal like he's a chew toy and has a delighted feral gleam in its eye.
Hollis, honey, are you okay? Oh, shit, you are bleeding everywhere, darling.
How much harm are you at, Hollis?
Well, since I
Just the 2?
switched to human, yeah, I went back to
Okay.
0, so now I'm just
Got it.
so.
Fix that up if you're... Can you fix that up yourself?
We should make sure Cal is okay. Don't worry about me.
I know, and you just see Molly just, like, reach into her medical bag and just... It's a sawed-off shotgun.
I'm
No
gonna push back
ammo.
on that. I'm
Yeah.
gonna push back on that.
Yep.
So thus far, I've been pretty tolerant with the idea that Molly
Yeah, no.
has one of the dog harnesses
That's fair. It's
with
funny.
stuff.
Yeah.
Do you really think she'd have a sawed off in her bag? Okay. And that, I was
It was
like,
just
well,
a
we can talk
joke.
about it. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
No,
It
the
would be
sawed-off is in her
useful.
truck.
Ah, she's dreaming of it fondly. In her mind. I would be too in this situation, for sure. But you have something better than a sawed-off shotgun. You got teeth.
But she doesn't
See,
want to
it
touch
was even a
that.
dog noise. You're ready.
But she doesn't want to touch it. She
Yeah,
does
it's pretty
not want to
gross.
ingest it. It's like a weird potential rabies shit thing.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to touch it. You don't want to touch it. You don't want to touch it.
All right, since y'all hesitating, Cal, take 2 harm. What are you gonna do?
Ah, shit!
This thing just 2 fists slams. You can hit it. It's a big target, to be clear. You can bite the sucker back.
Well, then I will fight back, because flight is not working here. So
You still
Cal is...
got buffs, don't you?
Yeah, I do. So I'm actually at, I think I'm at, +2 teeth. So let's roll that, baby.
Hell yeah. Go for it.
That's a 9.
Nice.
Hell yeah! What do you have it in front of you? What do we have on a 9? Or actually, I just opened the right page.
Okay, perfect. Because I don't...
For mauling. Okay, you got. Did you say
9.
Okay, I have a lot to keep track of. Bear with me.
No,
for
that's fine. That's fine.
I have like 400 screens open. Okay, so your options are: you can take a harm if you just want to be narrative in some way. You can deal a harm. You can discern your opponent's next moves. You can knock someone out. You can impress or intimidate somebody, or you cannot take a forward on your next given to the wolf. Did any of those speak to you?
I think the thing that Cal would be trying to do is intimidate this thing, trying to get it to back the fuck off a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Okay. How do you do that?
I think...
Do you go from whimpering to snarling?
I think that's it. I think he does the double hand slam, and Cal takes it, but then digs his hind claws in and uses that to kind of clamber up and get like a attempted bite on the neck or something like that.
Easily done. You do. Big bite, powerful. You're a werewolf. Yes, you can clip that. You do a big ass bite, and it is a satisfying sinking, and you do damage it. You do maul it. and you shake it back and forth between your teeth as the fear and desperation of thinking on the fly transforms into a single-minded purpose of attack. The suddenness of your movement and sudden intentionality behind it, I think, does startle the not Darius, and he sort of stumbles a bit, clawing at you, and he actually starts tipping back. Remember, we're on a hill. He tips back as you leap towards him, and you shove him fully over, and here we go, rolling back across the goddamn map as you all start skidding down the hill, and there's a trail of this black blood squirting out of where you've bitten him as he starts to bleed, and he's laughing and saying, "Oh, so you found your bite?"
I think you know, the roar and bark of Cal just turns into, "You talked too much!"
Fabulous. Yeah. Hollis, Molly, do you jump in to help or do you watch? Or do you do something else?
Just get some popcorn, hang back.
Molly, by the way, it trampled you, Hollis.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't seem like it was aiming for you. Molly, it didn't look at you. Seems real focused on Cal.
I know what's going on, kind of.
I have an inkling. Well, Could I
Probably
roll...
yes.
I was gonna ask, could I roll to act on instinct?
Yeah,
just...
I think so. What are you looking to do?
That's the question.
Do you want to help? Is it as simple as helping your alpha eliminate this threat?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that would be
okay. Yes, have at it.
Kind of. Sorry, I'm getting like stuck on an idea, and it's like I don't know.
What's your idea?
Well, it's not gonna work either way because I rolled a 3.
Alas. Ooh.
Oh wait, no, +1, but still, it's a 4.
So delicious. Finally,
yeah.
This means I get to make a hard move.
Oh no.
But we're not gonna make a big deal out of it. You do jump and you do get an attack on, and it does look super fucking cool because you're a werewolf. Yes, clip it. However, I also get to make a hard move. Let me look at my list of potential goodies here that I could do.
I mean, I guess I could say, for the sake of just being specific, act on instinct to see if it still has like the same physical weaknesses as the shape it's in. So like trying to go for the legs or something. See if I can
to like
them.
feel if it feels like a normal leg situation, kind of. Is that like? Yeah, you go for the legs, absolutely, and you do get hooked onto it, and it sort of stumbles, but it's really preoccupied with Cal locked onto its neck. And I think, my hard move is, in doing this, you inflict harm on Cal. I think as you leap in to attack, in the kerfuffle of movement and rolling and leaping, through sheer accident, you leap forward to maul, and you rake a huge line of a wound down Cal's leg. Cal, take 2.
2 more, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, Cal.
It's been an honor serving with you all. No, I'm not that hurt yet.
But it's understandable. In a big tussle and fight, it's a blur of fur and snarls. It's a dog fight. Like, there's a high risk of that happening anyway, so. Molly, what are you doing? Are you just watching? Seems like you're kind of passive. Are you a wolf or what?
I don't know. I'm watching this. It's just like, Jesus fuck. I don't know what to pull. She was like reaching for like what she had thought was the shotgun because packed it randomly last time and it was that was just a book. And books don't work. Books will work.
Knowledge is stronger than the sword.
Well, listen, a thick medical book does hurt, but it doesn't. You have to take more like 10 swings, and that's not efficient right now.
Mm-hmm.
to really bludgeon.
So Molly, what's holding you back? What's making you pause? Because at this point, what I'm seeing is that as this is happening, Molly is sort of standing there watching and taking all of this in. What is holding her back from taking an action? Like, what is she thinking in her head? Or is she thinking, or is she just kind of freeze response
Panic.
a bit?
It's,
Panic?
I think it's panic.
Yep. I would be too. Yeah.
Well, it's just that, and it's just like, is it help Cal, or is it go back to Yasea? Like, everything's just a fucking mess right now. And she doesn't know what the fuck's going on anymore.
So I'll say this. Cal and Hollis, you are, if you're persistent, able to defeat this thing. But it is a mess. It is messy. It's exhausting. I'm arbitrarily going to hit our beloved Hollis with another harm in exchange, if that's all right with you, in exchange for downing it. And between the two of you, you are able to defeat this being. It's messy, it's painful, and it's obsessed with Cal. Like, it, even as you shred it up, Hollis, it barely looks at you, and it just keeps taunting Cal and being real mean until it dies, twitching beneath the two of you, covered in this hateful ichor. Molly, what's really badass about your pack mates right now? What do you admire about how they just handled this situation?
I mean, I guess it's the teamwork on how they ripped it up. That's pretty much it. It's just seeing that.
Yeah.
I can't really describe it anywhere else outside of that, because that's pretty damn cool what they did. But also, it's just there's that hint of worry and fear and trying to piece together what the fuck is going on.
Yeah.
What is
For
the
sure.
fucking?
What the fucking? All right, sounds good. We're gonna do another cut, and I promise next thing I'm gonna get you guys all in one goddamn room together. Sure. Thank you for your patience as we do these rapid fire cuts, but I guess that's sort of expected with very mobile characters.
Yeah.
I suppose, like.
Honestly, I haven't been
enjoying
like
the time to
upset
be an
with all these
observer.
cuts. Yeah,
Same.
This is pretty
It's
great.
been fun, kind of just watching.
It's like watching a really fun TV show that also I get to participate in sometimes.
Yeah, I know, right? And then all we have else is just Percy in the background screaming at us.
Our beloved.
Yeah.
I want to do a quick time check, though. It's been about, 2 hours? Is that correct?
We're almost
What
at
time do we
mark.
have?
Double checking. We are just about at our 2 hour mark. So we're hitting at 9:30. If we want to end at 10, it gives us half an hour. We could easily break and come back for longer. I will say I'm fine for.
We have to check with
I
Mikey,
know,
though.
Mike has a hard out at 7 their time.
Right, which
Okay.
is
His time.
10 Eastern, right? Are you guys
10
are-
Eastern, yes.
Yeah.
So
Okay,
it's half an hour
so
from now.
that's in a half an hour. Okay, we got this.
Yeah.
That's cool. I just wanted to have like a rough idea. Are you guys okay powering through for the next half hour then?
Let's do it.
Okay, great.
Do it.
Okay, Yasea, as you are wrestling with the not Yasea in the clearing, and it's finally starting to slither and coil around you like a python, it's starting to figure out your angle. You can see it. This is going to become a problem in 5, 4, 3, 2. You know what I mean? But for now, you're still shredding into it pretty well. You hear your name being screamed, a familiar, furious scream.
No.
And a second later, there's an interesting noise, a snarl, and Miriam, in wolf form, has jumped on top of it and is just whirring at its head, just shaking it back and forth and snarling. She just jumps straight into the fray, no questions asked.
Moonlight?
So that's a thing that's happened.
Yeah, I think there is a genuine moment where that stern hunter focus breaks and he is genuinely kind of shocked.
Aw,
And,
keep that moonlight.
Just looks at her and is, and then again refocuses on the snake wolf monster thing coiling around him and probably goes back to trying to tear at that. But yeah, I honestly think Yasea and Miriam have done so much hunting and fighting together in their life that they could talk their way together while still ripping this thing to shreds.
Oh, there's banter. There's absolute banter. Like Miriam, once she's latched on, you hear her voice vibrate out in the way that wolf voices do when they're speaking, and you hear the "What the fuck is this thing?"
You expect me to know that? I'm old, not knowledgeable.
I think she laughs and then kind of gets thrown off one side as it bucks, and then there's the scrabble of paws as she re-climbs onto it on the other side. Lots of jumping back and forth and treading at it, and the two are doing some good damage until this thing opens up its big mouth and it circles around you, Yesaya. And it gives you a good crunch. A good hard crunch.
Oof.
Take 2.
I'll take 2.
Big crunch. And it's you're currently immobilized. And you can smell the nasty scent of it as it crunches around you. You can feel way more bones than a creature should have, like moving underneath you. It feels like an arm is flexing underneath the skin somewhere. Just too much is happening and it's not right. Yeah, I'm gonna have you make a final maul, and we'll see where that gets you.
Absolutely coming on right now. All right, that is it's a 6 on the die, but I currently have teeth +2, so that's a 8.
All right, you can choose one, deal a harm, discern the next move, knock someone out, impress or intimidate someone. You can impress your girlfriend. Take a harm.
Intimidate my girlfriend. I do want to impress my girlfriend. That'd be kind of cool. I would not mind impressing my. I'll impress my girlfriend. Sure, why not?
All right, absolutely. How as you take this thing out with Miriam's help, the two of you bantering, and it's so easy to fight alongside her. It's easier than talking with her. Like the fighting together is a far more communicative experience than the two of you awkward asses trying to talk about other stuff. And it's really refreshing to fight alongside her. And she's picking up fast in wolf form. She's a fast learner. Her eyes are calm. She doesn't seem sedated or afraid anymore. Yeah, and the two of you, I think the way it ends up looking is you have one part of a jaw in your arm, and you're still human form, and she has the other part in her mouth, and the two of you just rip it apart together like a wishbone.
Yeah,
Does that feel good?
I think. I think
music plays slow-mo.
I think she like we managed we tear it like in half, and I think as we rip into it, there's like a brief cut to like a memory the two of them have from however forever ago, sitting around like a really big campfire roasting some really big deer he killed, and like he shares her a story, a legend from his people of this hunter who had a lover and a serpent who hated Hunter, and the serpent as recompense turned his lover into a wolf, and he went and hunted the serpent with his lover as sort of like as a way to get back at them. And she sees this like last image as like a painting an image he drew in the sand of this like imposing figure holding the head of this large serpent with his like wolf partner beneath him. And as we kind of cut back, and she like sees him holding just like the large head thing of this massive creature and like crushing it, she just kind of like gets that memory.
Miriam's face does the Nala eyes from that one scene.
Ah, yes.
I think she is very impressed, and she transforms back. It's a hard transformation, but much faster than before. She ends up kind of shaking it off really hard and awkwardly spitting out like a tooth or something. But then she turns and looks to you, and then goes over. She's wading through this mess of blood. This thing's still twitching, and she reaches up and pulls you down for a kiss.
Aww.
Her mouth is bloody.
Yeah, I think the first reaction is immediate shock. Just like genuinely caught him by surprise at first. Just like I'm not sure how to respond. That is replaced almost immediately by an incredibly feral desire, even in the midst of all this gunk and mess. Like there's a solid 15 seconds.
They're gonna walk in on the worst shit.
Now? Like we should probably cut the camera away. But of course, eventually there's like a moment of like, oh right, we're in 3 feet of gore. Maybe we should stop. Save this for later. But no, I think there is like, as he comes away from the kiss, he is like genuinely smiling a bit harder than he has normally. And
Oh, you're gonna have to stop her because she is all over you. Like
Oh,
you're gonna
dear.
have to physically
Uh,
peel her off of you. Like you back up, she grabs you again, climbs you like a sequoia. Very insistent. At one point, she's, I think, slams you against a tree and then climbs
Okay.
up. She's like ready to go.
For those of you at home who are currently a bit hot and bothered by this, don't worry. We all
In the
understand.
gore.
You're a
It's
natural.
me.
So
It's
if
me.
you
I'm
say
those of us
says
at home.
no, that's
Yeah.
she will actually respect that. I'm just emphasizing that she's like she's
I
just
think
too into
there's
it.
like there's
She's a very
several
intense person.
there's several attempts at a no that don't make it through for various reasons, most of which are her lips. But like, I think after like several minutes of that, he's just like, we need to get back to them.
All right.
I have to go lay down. I'll be back.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go find the bathroom. I'll be back in about 5-7 minutes.
She listens when you do that. She's sort of makes a like, I think she just spits out some more blood and wipes her mouth and is like, yeah, you're right. And then turns around, swipes off some of the blood. What the hell is this thing? They're disgusting. There was another one too. Priya was one of these, just without the neck. All
And
right,
that means
everybody,
there
we
could
can.
be more of them.
Yeah. All right, everybody, where shall we convene? I want you all
I mean,
together.
I think Yasea's just probably going to end up running after where he saw Calvin running. So I assume the Firewatch Tower is perfectly fine convening place, given that I'm going to run after you all.
All right. So
Especially
we
if
all
the
are
fight with the other
finally.
one.
Yeah.
A little while, so.
You see these two, looking happy, running up the hill to join everybody, covered in gore and blood, very triumphant.
I think
Calvin.
when they arrive, Calvin is back in human form, but he is sort of curled up in the corner as far away from everyone as he can be.
Mm-hmm. So the Firewatch Tower, rather than being inside of it, I suggest being outside. The reason being is there is a dead body in it. One that isn't sleeping, but is just normal ass dead.
Yeah, that's fair.
So yeah, so we've got Isabel, the little ranger lady, snoozing on the porch. There's lots of room on the porch. There's lots of room sitting wherever you want to sit.
Yeah,
Calvin.
I think I just so Firewatch Tower. I'm imagining the classic Firewatch look. So if there's like a staircase up to the balcony that goes all the way around, if the staircase is here and that's where people are, Cat will be on the other side, just like sort of leaned up and like fetal positioned.
Oh, baby.
Anyways, as you were saying, Yaz?
I think he'll like look around as, where's Calvin? Should make something of himself. What assailed you all?
Miriam points at Priya if no one else does.
Just
Do I
Well-
also see the... Sorry, go ahead.
well, yeah. It's just it was them, but it wasn't them.
Another imitation.
And that
There was a thing in the woods that looked like me. Wrong.
So there's things that are probably like us that are wrong.
Certainly not impossible. Something is making a mockery of us, and it will answer for it. You are
Cal.
wounded.
Go ahead.
You are wounded. Rest. I will speak with our alpha. And yeah, I guess I'll, without waiting for an answer, just like immediately start walking around the fire watch tower to look for our dear boy.
You find him as I described him. Has not put any clothes back on from the transformation. Knees up to his chest, sitting on the ground with his back to the fire watch, looking out over the forest.
Are you wounded?
I ran. Yes.
Are you wounded?
Cal looks down at himself, and there. Well, actually, wait. Changing back from wolf to human, that heals me, right?
Heals you for 3.
Okay, so I will still have 1 wound. Great. Yes. So, Cal looks down at a wound on his side that doesn't look super bad, but it's probably still actively bleeding. And then just sort of looks back to the forest. I ran, yes. They needed me, and I ran.
And so you did. And he'll step towards you. And here you are now, on your knees, like a coward.
I think we all expected this.
No.
Do we need to actually do the fight? The challenge? Do we need to actually? Do we need to fight right now?
Oh.
He steps forward again towards you, and even now, capitulating, like a whelp, like a newborn.
I said I would protect them, Yaz, and I ran.
Yesaya will grip you by the neck and lift you up alongside the side of whatever you're thing on. Then on your feet!
Cal bats your hand away and then turns to you and says, "You've seen it. You know this as well as I do. They don't. I'm a shit alpha, just like she said. And they all know it, and you know it, and I just proved it today.
And yet,
I'm not.
You are still our alpha. And as easily as I could butcher you and change that position right now, that would sadden the others. They follow you for a reason. I follow you for a reason."
Why?
Because your job is to keep all of us safe. Not alive, safe. That means more than breathing. It means giving us home, shelter, belief in people around us. You may not be as strong as Percy or myself, but you have guided people, sheltered them. And even now, in the midst of all of this, what they need is a leader. You tell me who to kill next, Calvin. You tell me what to butcher next, Calvin, and I will do it. We don't need more slaughterers. They need a father. Will you be that, or will you kneel more?
Something out there is stealing us. And Cal is gonna flip around and grab you by the throat.
Not kiss.
I know, oh no!
Oh
Did
no,
Cal...
did Mike
oh,
freeze?
So it was so intense he froze.
Oh,
Oh no!
Oh no!
It's okay, we'll get him back.
Oh,
You
the
gotta
timing
believe.
of-
You gotta believe.
we'll get him
You gotta
back.
believe,
It'll
you
be
gotta
fine.
believe, you gotta believe,
Look
you
at
gotta
that
believe, you
freeze
gotta believe.
frame,
Come
though.
on, internet.
It is an intense.
Come
it is an
on,
intense
LA
freeze frame.
internet.
It's just good drama.
It's true. It's true.
Rest
I hope
in
the fucking-
pieces.
Shivering with anticipation.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, he's pulling the calculus
Patient.
pause. Up.
Dang it. Not the
Nailed
calculon
it.
pause.
Because I don't know what just happened. My computer just sorry.
Oh, your
Oh,
computer
shit.
just shat itself?
It's
yeah,
the
it just turned
emotions.
because- oh, I think one of the cats
Too much
turned off the
emotion.
power strip. Jesus.
Oh my
Get out
god.
of here.
Oh my
Your
god, that's
cat has a
amazing.
knack for dramatic timing.
Seriously.
So
my
Alright,
God.
so-
funny.
Thank you, cats.
So Cal turns around and grabs you by the throat and says,
Mm-hmm.
"Something out there is stealing us. I need it dead, Yaz."
I think the camera kind of slow pans from like knee level up chest, like up to the arm around like Yesaiah's throat to his face, and he just cracks you a cat-like smirk. Your will be done.
Mm.
Ooh.
Does that seem like an okay pause point? Okay.
Cutie.
I wanted to keep going forever. Mike, you were tapping.
I know, right?
That was
Yeah,
amazing.
no kidding.
Pushing
Oh,
you.
the
You were
feelings.
pushing me, friend. You were pushing me. Let me tell you.
All right, everybody. Our camera pauses on the intensity of Cal's expression and all the emotion. And we're going to zoom out. And here's what we're going to do. Mikey has to go shortly, so I'm going to prioritize some affectionate, friendly aftercare. That was a really amazing, kudos to you both, intense scene. I want to give compliments to the chefs on that and gold stars. Like, my heart was in my throat.
Huge compliments to Foxy for getting me there. I wasn't sure where that scene was gonna go, and you actually made me cry, bro. Good job.
I
Oh, fam.
know.
No,
Oh,
thank
gosh.
you for putting me in the moment there. I felt really pushed in there. You're incredible, man. I love that.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, literally, Mike, when you started tearing up, I felt my heartstrings snap like guitar strings in a row. I was
choke
like,
point.
I'm gonna
There was some choke.
scream.
was
God,
some
my
choke. No
heart.
question.
If you watch
That
that
was
scene
beautiful,
back, I will
Mike.
be just sitting there like this the whole
I
fucking
saw
time.
you doing
so-
it, and literally, Kellen's reactions are the cutest if you ever glance, like, very expressive. But yeah,
I
Mike,
go through
how
face
are you
journeys.
feeling? Are you okay? I know that was a
Oh,
lot of
I'm
bleed.
great. I'm great. That was as I was tearing up, I was like, I'm tearing up from acting, and I didn't have to stand backstage for 20 minutes and think about Uncle Iroh's death.
Is that that's brilliant.
That's how I got there once. I had a show that I wanted to cry during, and the way my brain
You
works, I
have
had
to
to do
think-
something different every time. So
Yeah.
that was the first one, and then I started to get into more realistic scenarios, and that was a mistake.
Oh, fuck.
Don't do
Let's
that.
go do
Close
that.
to the bone.
Just stick to the animated show moments that give you
Yes.
that reaction cry, folks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, I tapped into something real that I deal with of my own imposter syndrome and stuff, and so that was what brought that up. But no, I'm good. I feel great about that scene.
Mm. Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'll check in with you later this week because I know bleed heavy scenes are a lot, but
Yeah.
that was
Yeah.
phenomenal. That was absolutely that was so decadent. This is my compliments again. So many gold stars. I'm covering your whole face. The cool thing about Bitemarks and also the dangerous thing about it is this is like such a bleed heavy game
Uh-huh.
when you do it right, which you did. And one thing I really like is that neither to roll dice for that. That is, we had a really dice heavy scene. Thank you all for being down for that. But this game isn't really D&D like. It was hard combat today. That is why I ended up. Poor guys have to make so many goddamn rolls. It was difficult combat that you were not supposed to be able to just talk your way through, if that makes sense. But I really prefer when we co-story tell like this. So that dialogue between Cal and Yesaiah, like, God, so for me personally, I am not a fan of tough love. I'm like, nope, I cannot handle it. Super triggering and gross. Cannot handle it. The intensity of Yesaya doing that like brought up some stuff inside of me. Also, when men yell, I can't handle that. So there was like a lot of intensity, even from a deep point of view. But it was good. It was like it like primed me as a viewer emotionally to like connect with both characters. Like I went from that intensity. Shit, I'm feeling antagonistic to, oh my god, the imposter syndrome. It was beautiful. It was beautiful.
Thank you. It was
gorgeous.
Amazing.
It was incredible.
Yeah.
I can't believe you cried on camera, you absolute badass. Then again, you are an actor. Like this is a thing that you do as an entertainer. So
like I said, I was drawing on my own shit, and then Foxy came in with "They need a father," and like, what the fuck am I gonna do?
Oh god, yeah, that line. Fox, look at Foxy knows what he did.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Look,
Oh no,
yeah,
Turn it back on?
did we lose you, Mikey?
I think
maybe.
had,
Oh,
I
look
think
at that.
Yeah, it was still in the call.
the power
so-
got kicked back on.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, no, I like obviously that hit. I mean, I guess on the other end, for me, in a way, for I guess like for similar but opposite reasons of like as someone who has their own issues with like things they're like with paternal trauma and like the reality of like, yeah, sometimes that you hit that weird spot where you've grown up and gotten up over the things and your parent recognizes the way things are and you hit that moment where they're like, oh man, maybe I wasn't great at this. And it's like, okay, look, it's like, sure, buddy, we could sit here all day and deal with that. But also my little brother's right there and I need you to do better for him. So like, I'm okay. Let's focus on doing better, like, so that was real for me as well in that moment of like, hey, like, obviously I'm not going to be that directly aggressive with someone who I love, but just that moment of being like, hey, look, I don't need you to be like the tough, stern, like fighter figure right now. Like, I just need you to be a dad, like, yeah.
And I loved the way you approached that scene so much because it was such a Yaz way of doing it, but it wasn't like get up you pussy. It was like we need you. We need and that man.
We
That was so
follow
good.
you for a reason.
Always gotta love the like we need more kindness, not fucking killers
Yes.
sort of line. That's always
That was
great.
great. Yeah.
Like that's kind of Yesaya's arc, I feel like here is like going from like what the fuck is this pussy shit to like, okay, maybe I'm the one who's outdated here. Like,
Hell
Aw.
yeah. I love that.
Well, you're not that outdated, Yaz.
50 years or
Non-toxic
so, but we'll see.
masculinity for the win.
So one thing I
Anywho.
want to give you, Cal, you spilled to Yesaya. So we are getting +1 pack pool, and Yesaya, you tie on Cal for seeing him so vulnerable. But you guys the pack pool is pooling, and I am pleased.
That's great, because whenever we find this thing, we're going to spend some pack pool points on murdering it into next week.
Yo, that's my favorite idea you've
gotta
had so
wrap
far,
the pack
actually.
pool. You gotta do it. Yeah, the pack moves they fucking rule. Like they're extremely cool. So if you guys are able to save up enough, yeah, worth it. Okay, so we're gonna prioritize Cal because the rest of us can stick around a wee bit longer if needed.
Sure.
But question for you, Mikey, is there anything that you would want us to do differently for heavy emotional moments like that, or is this okay?
Honestly,
of involvement?
I don't think that that moment would have happened if I didn't feel so comfortable with y'all and if I didn't feel so supportive. Like I said from the first episode, normally a game as conflict heavy as this would set off my RSD something fierce. And y'all are just so kind and so like uplifting of each other, and like no, I don't think I would change a damn thing.
Okay. You are very loved, by the way.
Yeah,
Just to
thank
be
you.
ultra clear, like very loved for sure. Like yeah, good. Yeah, it was really cool. That's one of the things that I do like about Bitemarks is I've seen people that I never thought. I've seen some people that like I've seen people break down in a full way and have some rewiring happen during. So it was really, thank you for sharing that vulnerability with us. That was really special.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm glad.
Okay, anybody have any stars they want to deploy? Perhaps? Any moments you thought were really cool, in addition to the obviously extremely cool moment at the end?
I mean, I've thrown a star at Foxy already, so I feel like I shouldn't throw another one, but I once again want to throw one at Al for the cosmic horror we're fucking dealing with. What in the goddamn hell is the insides of your
Did
brain?
you like the reveal? Did you like some of the
Yes.
nonsense?
Yes,
Yeah,
I loved it.
Good.
Like I
yeah.
just picture it so clearly in my head, just clawing out through the trees like that.
Oh my god,
Yeah,
yeah.
fucked up snake
So-
wolf Yesaya was great, no question.
Yeah,
Hell
I
yeah.
was like, it has to be extra. It's Yesaya, and there has to be an element to this one that's like, you know what I mean? I was like, So how do you guys feel about the plot so far? I know it's complicated and messy and whatnot, but are we enjoying the story? Do we have any
It's really hard to piece it out, but it's getting there, I think. But yikes, it's a lot.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
tangled and
the
messy.
further we're going, the more pieces are kind of coming out. I don't think we've had a ton of time to try to figure out how they're fitting together, but I have a feeling that's going to be coming up pretty soon. Where
Do you
we'll
have some
a moment.
theories? Do you guys have theories?
If you would like us to voice them, maybe.
You should do it in we have our group chat. We should do that in Discord.
Yeah,
I'm really
because
curious
we are getting close to 7. We're like 4 off of 7, so we gotta.
I will say I have
or 10. My bad.
I actually am enjoying not having theories because I know when you reveal all this to us, it's going to blow my fucking mind. So.
Cool. Well, there's a little more aftercare I do want to do, but Mikey, do you need to tap out now? Would this be a useful thing, or do you want to stick around for another wee bit?
I probably should go because I don't know how long my wife has been waiting at the convention for me to go back and pick her up.
Oh no! Go pick her up and tell her I'm
If y'all
sorry
want,
and
we
thank
can,
you.
If y'all want, we can skip socials and just get ourselves on out of here. It shouldn't be a huge deal. They've been catching us all on screen if you want.
I can't skip socials. I'm so sorry. But I'll do it really quick
Here's
first.
what we're gonna do. We're gonna do socials from Mikey, but I'm gonna keep the rest of you around for a minute so we can have a more slow interaction with the rest because you guys also played the game.
Cool.
So
I'm ready.
Mikey, who are
It's
you?
all good.
All right, great. So all the usuals. I say my Twitter and stuff and my podcast every time. I'm just going to shorten it to the dream project of mine, the League of Swords, the pro wrestling crossbow sword fights. Had our first show 2 weeks ago. We edited the first part of that into an episode, and that episode came out today. So if you go to leagueofswords.com, it should be the first big video on the page. And you can see the Bone Collector versus Mongoose. And I think you'll all really love it. Everybody who watches the show and enjoys it, I think will enjoy that. So, all right, mwah to you all. You're all amazing. Thank you for this wonderful game, and
Oh my gosh, you too, Mike.
I will see you in 2 weeks.
Sounds
Bye,
good.
bud.
See you
All right.
then.
Bye. Foxy, would it help if I
Goodbye.
just left my shit on, like turned my camera off, but left my shit on? Okay.
I mean, if you wanted to, you could, but you don't have to.
Let's do
I'll be
that.
fine. That's
Oh, it moved everything
Then I'll
anyway
just-
as soon as I turned off
No,
my
it's
camera.
fine. That's still easier. That's still easier. I can make this work.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna mute. I love you all. Bye-bye.
Okay,
Bye.
Who moved?
All right, Molly, Rainey, I want to apologize to you for being provocative in the middle of that scene. Part of my job
No,
as the
it's fine.
DM is to be a little bit of a poker and like pusher. So I hope that was not too very much in that moment when Molly
It
was
makes sense with the whole like, well, what are you fucking doing, Molly? What are you fucking doing?
curious
And
about our
sometimes
girl.
Nothing is unfortunately still a reaction.
It is absolutely freeze, extremely valid, actually. And I thought it was super realistic for poor Molly going straight from what happened last session, crystal collecting and like, you know, all of that, to suddenly shit has hit the fan and it's unclear. Our alpha as well. You didn't have guidance from him beyond run. Like, I can't blame Molly for a lot of what happened. You know what I mean?
And also it's like what she just saw with Hollis of jumping into the middle of that. She could have hurt Hollis or Cal worse than she could have hurt that fucked up cosmic horror.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. There were a lot of risks for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think it was super valid.
Yeah, that was some incredible whiplash that Molly had to deal with. So
Listen, the risks she had to take were calculated, and she knows she's fucking bad at math.
God,
Oh,
if that
so
ain't a mood.
relatable. God. Oh my goodness. Kellen,
Mhm.
my friend who I cannot go a single episode. How are you? How's it going, buddy?
I'm good.
Good. How'd you feel about
Hollis?
tonight's episode?
It was intense, but it good. Hollis is
This is the
definitely
most intense
gonna.
episode.
I think so, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
You did some murder
Um,
in this episode, friendo.
I did.
Mm.
That was
Hollis-
surprising. I haven't rolled that well on combat so far until tonight.
Hey,
I,
all luck turns
so-
around.
Yep. Guess so. So that was satisfying. To be able to
Yeah.
murder that thing into the ground.
Yeah.
Hollis
I liked
has
when
been doing
Hollis has been
Go
doing a
ahead.
ton.
yeah, been doing a lot of shifting though too. So I
Yeah.
think I'm gonna try to, at least flavor wise, I think I'm gonna have that try to come into play in the
Mhm.
next couple
Yeah,
episodes.
interesting. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I think one of my stars, Molly, for being realistic about it, like that is a very realistic response, is that everything happened absurdly quickly. Like,
Mhm.
it is so very, especially for our prodigal, who has spent so much of her time recently amongst humans in the city. Like, there's an extra layer of, excuse the fuck me, to that experience that is probably an even more of a barrier to like this ridiculous snap reacting, because very few people in real life are superheroes. Like,
Mhm.
what Yesaya and also Miriam did is actually a really unusual response. Being aggressive is not an easy thing. Like, it's not, even for wolves, it's not like the first response for things. So
Mhm.
do you feel like Molly learned something about herself, or is she
It's more so like the yes, I come back and everything's gone to fucking shit kind of situation. Like,
Mhm.
if we're keeping it a real stack here.
Yeah.
It's just
Please.
why did I bother come back?
Don't do
No, don't you fucking say that anymore. Just stop. Just stop. I hate you. I hate you so much, Foxy. You couldn't. I know. I fucked up. Shush.
You did great. Hi, Raiders. Welcome.
Hello.
Doing our aftercare for our very
Hello.
intense werewolf game. Hello.
Yeah, we resolved fatherhood trauma. It was intense.
Did we
I
resolve
don't know if it's fully resolved, but we're getting there.
We
Yep.
made progress.
We
After
did.
myrtleizing 2 imposter
Cosmic
monsters?
horrors. Cosmic horrors. Just cosmic horrors.
Three. Sorry.
Myrtleizing.
It's my
Indeed.
fucking wrestling name, the Myrtleizer.
The Myrtleizer.
Hell yeah.
God. It
Hell
sounds like a
yeah,
grandma. Beautiful.
No, but
So-
also I want to point out, like, too, like, it's only been like what 4 or 5 days in canon that Molly's actually been back.
Yeah, it's been
too.
4 or 5
So-
days and Molly's been fucking back. And everybody's like,
Yeah.
hey, welcome back.
Holy
Get back into your old role now. And it's just like, I
Mhm.
don't like this.
Yep.
Yeah,
Molly's like, I'm going now.
yeah. I
Yeah.
don't blame her at all for.
Yeah, Molly's just
being
like, somehow after
"The
the end
fuck?"
of all of this. Yeah, no, like at the end of all of this, Molly just like looks at everyone, throws up the peace sign, and is just like, I'm fucking out.
Yeah.
Get out. I'm gone. Goodbye, Greenforest. It was not,
Uh,
it was a displeasure being back.
Oh, beautiful. But yeah, tons of stars all around. Super excellent role play. Thank you all for being patient with me as I was through what I hope is I don't have to do that much combat for the rest of my life in this game. But it was necessary to get things rolling. I knew this episode was going to be introducing these entities. And so I was like, here we fucking go. Like, you guys are going to run into them at some shape of it.
I frankly was having a
Yeah.
lot of fun, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Good. All right. Any more stars you guys want to throw around or feedback for me, or things I should write down in our notes for next time? I'm gonna write down about the sleeping Priya and Darius on the hill that our alpha left,
Yep.
so I don't forget. And then we're gonna
Oh,
do
y-
our paths.
Yeah, I guess if my other star I'd love to give is I really appreciate the fact that there keeps being like layers and layers on top of all of this. Like every time we think like, oh, we got this figured out. Something else pops up, and we're like, okay.
Yep. It's a
Like
very
that
complex
scream in the
mystery.
distance that was never addressed.
Oh
Yeah,
shit, that's right.
Yep.
I assume that was meant to be like one of the pack members screaming because of, the
Nope,
the giant Darius. Okay, cool.
Probably
well,
not that. It's probably way back at home where we left Percy. Because
Yeah.
remember the
That's-
smash cut of Percy in the hair.
Oh right,
Yep.
yeah, could be that. Oh boy,
Or it
Oh,
could be
dear.
something else entirely, like the Fire
Mhm.
Watchtower. So
could be that.
Mm.
Could be.
We
Listen,
still got
could
the
be so
sleepy
many things.
lady. Y'all
Sleepy
covered in
lady.
sparkles that
That's the
seem
sparkle
to have
dust
an
itself,
interesting
and what the
effect.
yeah, I was about to say that
Ooh.
whole thing. Like, there's so much shit going on here.
Isaiah
very,
did
like-
touch Cal though now, so hopefully some of that transferred.
I'm sure hoping.
Oh, beautiful. All right, let's go ahead and bounce through our paths today. So, starting with our
Yes.
gray pelt, Foxy, what are you say is
Demi.
heartbeats?
My heartbeats are as follows. They are experienced, scarred, and ending.
Which of these do you think came into play tonight?
I should probably experience the most. I did kill up a big thing, which is a thing I
Yeah.
used to do back in the old days.
All right, absolutely. Go ahead and mark that was human path.
It
You
sure
absolute metagamer. Go ahead and mark it. I swear to God.
was. Some people are like,
Monster.
oh, you can either have really good, strong, meaningful RP, or you can play hard and power game. Fuckheads, I do both.
Playing the system.
Alright. Human path. Oh my goodness. You only have the one more
My last move.
special move to go. Yeah, you're gonna level cap eventually.
Yeah, I'm about to hit endgame content, friends.
Uh-huh.
Need the 10-man for raids.
Alright.
Let's go. I gotta start getting my eye level up.
Draw on the pack. Interesting. Ooh, this is where you get to adjust the conditions for pack pool.
Yeah.
Cool. Very neat. Ooh,
Very
lots of
helpful.
Step.
yeah.
I'm
case people died.
granddad now. Don't worry.
Not Max
Subtitle. That's your new
Granddad.
title is Max Granddad.
Honestly, maximum granddad achieved.
Oh man, it's the worst. All right, moving along to Kellen. Kellen, what are Hollis's heartbeats?
Comforting, persuasive, and calculating.
Would you say you hit any of those notes tonight?
I would say all three.
Yeah.
Personally.
I would
so-
One of the
definitely say
comforting
the
moments
persuasive.
too. Yeah. Oh
I
my
would say the
God,
persuasive
absolutely.
first with Miriam because that was the larger one than just calculating.
Yeah.
Hell, you were
you
definitely
in
calming
human
in that
form?
moment too.
Mhm.
Yeah, go ahead and mark your path. Well done. Yeah, that was
Mark it
oh my
up.
God, a quick star to you though. I really enjoyed play in that moment, Kellen. Like that moment, like because the two of them didn't start off on the right foot
Yeah.
at all.
Nope.
I was gonna say, I
So-
love the way their relationship is turning around. It's so fun to watch.
I
Yeah.
also really appreciated that bit of RP too because it's like, well, Hollis is doing what she felt was right instead of just
Yeah.
leaving Miriam. Because Hollis could have left Miriam there, half
Yep.
snapped, and just let her suffer and maybe die like
Yeah.
that. Because who knows if Molly was en route, and who knows if Miriam would have let Molly treat her,
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. No, I loved it, Kellen. That was lovely. Spoke so well of Hollis that she was putting aside very valid anger, concern, and possible hurt, whatever it would be, putting aside that feeling to care for somebody who is suffering and to try and help someone who's been nothing but a bitch to you. And I
Very much
feel
like
like
a
that's
howl.
like a really it turns out you're being like the Max Howl, if you will. And I know also
Exactly.
from a roleplay
She-
point of view with Miriam, that was really impactful for her too. Like
I
she's
mean,
not going
she-
to forget your scent.
Yeah, and I mean, she did protect me first by, blocking Priya
Aw,
too. So
y'all are gonna be
Mhm.
friends.
we'll
Uh-huh.
see. But
Yeah.
At the very least,
Uh,
it's going to be cordial instead of
yeah.
like wondering if she's going to have to deal with the silver knife at her throat again.
Do you remember how you
Eventually, I'll be
started
the
out
one to-
feeling about Miriam?
yeah.
I had no idea where he was gonna go. I wasn't sure if he was gonna die immediately or what. Who knows? I'm just rolling
Now
with
look
it
at you
as he
now.
continues to exist. God, that's
Before you
funny.
know it, y'all be going on mall trips and movie nights and tea dinners, and I'll be the one third
into
wheeling.
each other's claws. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like,
Yeah.
Oh. That would be hilarious, honestly.
And thanks to Hollis as well. Thanks to Hollis, I feel like that was in my mind when transformed successfully for the first time of her own volition. That I think she, you know how when you meditate, you sometimes have something to focus on. I'm pretty sure Hollis's voice is a helpful tool that she has in her toolkit now. Focus on like moments when it's necessary. Because she's like, I don't have my knives. I don't have anything. Time to wolf out for the first time intentionally. Foxy, were you okay with Miriam being super forward with you? I did not mean to run over consent, but it was the vibe I was picking. Okay, cool. Who doesn't love getting cavedoned against a tree by someone who's like 5 feet tall?
find me the man who has a problem with that, and I'll find you, not me.
Fair enough. Okay, cool. All right, who are we missing though? We just started how? Oh my gosh, our patient prodigal, Miss Molly. Could you read us please your heartbeats?
Distressful, vital, and drowning.
Oh Jesus, you hit like distressful and drowning at least, right?
Yeah,
Like,
the 2 Ds.
the
double
Ds. What's wrong with us tonight? Oh my God.
Listen.
my gosh.
You know what's hilarious?
What?
Her heartbeat spelled out DVD.
Please. Oh my God.
Oh, I love it.
So which of these would you like to take a path for? And what form were you in?
Personally, I think the drowning in a term of sense of like, oh fuck, what do I fucking do?
Yeah.
And definitely would have been in human form for that. So
yeah, absolutely. I think that is very appropriate. And while I've got you here, you'll have me doing our Alpha's path for him. What did he do? I'm going to do it for him and level him up if I need to. Protective. He played into protective and he was in wolf form, so he gets... Ooh. My boy, if this is correct, why did he fill it in this way? If this is correct, he gets to take another ability.
Yo, imagine
Ooh.
leveling up. That's incredible. We love
Nice.
that. Hell yeah.
Let's message Cal really quick. Okay, great. So that is all taken care of. That's our housekeeping night. Thank you all for such a good game, and thank you also for sticking around a little bit later. It was a really intense game. My heart is still beating so fast about it, so I really appreciate the extra time to press. Shall we do socials?
Sure. Let's make it happen.
All right, my name is Al Lucart. You can find me at lucartstudio.com. I'm on almost all socials. Find me on my portfolio site. Thank you for coming. Kellen.
Hello again. My name is Kellen, also known as Sonar Fade on pretty much any socials now. You can find me on the Twix site and also the Blue Sky at Sonar Fade, and also on Twitch. Hopefully, I'll be streaming a little bit more consistently soon, with some art and stuff at Sonar Fade Art. And yeah,
Gorgeous. Lovely, thank you. Foxy, who are you? What are you doing here?
It's me. I'm here. It's Young Foxy, aka Big Foxy, also known as your favorite fox, Philly's finest. I am hoping to keep this stream looking organized and also telling people about things that I do on the internet. In particular, the next place you're gonna see me is... Oh, you know, you guys are going to see me on Thursday for Last Transmission, where I play the wifiest wife guy, who's dealing with his wife being probably dead. Not entirely sure. But in any case, we'll get there. And it's been a great and wonderful time. Otherwise, hang out with me here on the Alliance Roleplay as I scramble around to make this place be as comfortable and as wonderful for you all as possible. That's all from me. Been a great night. Take care. Bye.
Thank you, Foxy. And last but not least, Rainy.
Hi, I'm Rainy. You can find me anywhere at Rainy Keys Art, except for the Twix website. That's Rained Keys. Don't worry about it too much. Tonight I played Molly, and you will see me once again, maybe, back here in a, 26 days time now. Maybe another weekend for this show, where I play occasionally on a Blade's Will as Chihiro Kurama, Steel's favorite punching bag. And if you take a look over at the Neon Lights YouTube, you will see eventually all of Tears of Divinity Minerva Exodus, where I played the role of Corporal Eve's All Night call sign church key. So
Amazing.
yeah, we just closed out the last episode this Tuesday. So
Oh, congrats. Beautiful. All right, everybody. Thank you so much. This was the definition of a good game. I will be percolating on this for the next couple of days, I'm sure. I hope you all have an awesome night, and make sure to subscribe to Neon Lights. It's a good place to be. Good night.